my name is Kayla.
And I'm Mark Allen.
And this is our channel. Here we talk about all things Disney as well as how to plan your Walt Disney World vacation. So if that interests you, make sure you hit that subscribe button and stay tuned. You can always tell when somebody has experienced Disney in the right way.
I really did not get Disney World. I didn't get why people go. And now that I've been, I am obsessed.
Probably a little more than I am. Sometimes.
Yeah.
It depends on the day.
That's true.
So today we are going to be talking about the biggest differences between people who have been to Disney World and people who have not been to Disney World. So let's jump in it. First off, Disney World is not a place you go to for the rides. And there's a lot of misconception with this of why people are like, Disney World is lame, and a lot of it is because they are like, the rides are not very cool. I mean, they're cool, but they're not, that's not really why you go to Disney World.
If you're going to ride roller coasters, you're probably going to be let down.
But honestly, Disney is so much more than rides, and I think that is probably the biggest thing that people just don't really understand until they go and experience it. So what are some of those things that there are to do besides the rides, Mark Allen?
The food.
Yes. So Disney food is amazing.
Yes.
Tell me, back when we were planning our first trip, tell me what your kind of reaction was when I kept talking about all the like restaurants we were gonna eat at and the food and things.
I was kind of overwhelmed. And not gonna lie, like I still didn't get it. Like when you would mention like, oh, we should go here, we should go there, I'm like, sure, yeah, whatever, cool, great. I think for me, like, yeah, the food is one of my favorite things about Disney World. There's just so many restaurants to try, there's so many foods to try, there's so many snacks to try, there's just different countries, for example, in Epcot that you can eat. I mean, the list just goes on and on.
A lot of people think, oh, it's any other amusement park. It's just a bunch of like greasy, gross hamburgers, hot dogs, and like that kind of stuff, but it's really not. I mean, there are a lot of fine dining experiences. There's a lot of just like specialty snacks. And now granted, you do still have some of that traditional like theme park food, but honestly there's a lot of really nice food that you can eat too. But along with even just the fine dining, there's also food festivals that happen throughout the year as well, with Food and Wine being the big one, and then there's Flower and Garden and Festival of the Arts and Festival of the Holidays, and they have just tons and tons of specialty food items that are really unique because you can't really get them. It's not stuff that you can just get anywhere. A lot of it has to do specifically with different countries. And so a lot of that stuff you can't really find unless you're going to that country. So that is definitely a huge draw to Disney World, and why it is just, when you go, you just get it. The next thing is the customer service. This isn't really something that people think about when they're thinking theme parks, because again, a lot of times people just think, oh, you just go to ride rides and have thrills and then go home and then that's it. And Disney is so much more than that. The service with the cast members is just unlike anything you will ever experience. Yeah. But like honestly, like we've had some of our favorite memories from our Disney trips is our interaction with cast members. I know, like when we were riding in minivans and we were just getting to talk to them about their jobs, and they love it. They love to tell you about their story, and a lot of times when you take the time to listen to that, that is when you find that a little extra pixie dust will get sprinkled onto your vacation. I
think for me, and we talked about it in another video, which we'll link up above, but we met a photo pass photographer who had been at Disney for 14 years, and she just made that that memory of getting our pictures in front of the castle taken just so much more memorable. Not only because the fireworks went off as we were taking pictures, but she literally gave us some pixie dust.
So if you're somebody who hasn't been to Disney before and you haven't experienced that customer service, it's really hard to kind of grasp the level of detail that those cast members pay attention to while you're on your trip. A lot of times, like, people will just kind of think, oh, it's just like going to a higher end resort or a higher end whatever, where it doesn't necessarily mean that like the service is better, but it is better than just normal. And so, but then when I feel like when people get immersed in that, they're just completely shook by how amazing Disney's customer service is. So this next one is like, I don't want to say controversial, but it's like a debatable topic with a lot of people that are getting ready to go to Disney. And that is going to Universal, like taking a Universal day. I remember when we were planning our first trip, Mark Allen wanted to go to Universal so bad. And I was like, dude, we literally are not gonna have time to go. And he did not understand why we wouldn't have time to go.
Yeah, and honestly, like, I remember our first trip, I was kind of upset. We've still never been to Universal.
Well, not in Orlando. I've been to the one in California.
But I haven't been either. So, but all I know about Universal at the time, at least, was like Harry Potter World. Like, that's just the big thing that everyone was talking about. Not that I'm a huge Harry Potter fan, but I'm like, I want to go check this thing out. And our first trip like ended, and I was like, dang it, like, we didn't get to go. And now I'm like, yeah, hard pass. Like, I
wouldn't say hard pass. Jeez. I would say it's one of those things like, we want to go eventually at some point, but it's just not a priority for us.
Yeah.
Because I feel like we get so much more out of our Disney trips than we would our Universal trip.
I think the point that I was trying to get at was that there's so much to do at Disney World, and I don't want to give up time to not do Disney World things. Another
big thing that people always kind of ask me that haven't been to Disney is, why do you like it so much? It's for kids. And that's not totally true. There's so many adult things to do at Disney.
And even just kid at heart things to do too. There's a lot of bars, there's a lot of shopping, there's lounges that you can just go and hang out. There's
tours that you can take. I mean, they even have like spas where you can go get a massage.
Yeah, I mean, they're full-fledged resorts. I mean...
So there's a lot of, I mean, yes, it's Disney. There's Disney things everywhere. There's children everywhere. And I mean, the park is originally intended for families with younger children.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that it's only for kids, and it doesn't mean that everything is overly cheesy. Disney does a really good job of balancing, kind of like when you watch a Disney movie. Like, it's enjoyable when you're a child, but they're also still enjoyable as an adult, because they do a really good way of having the bright colors and the things that are going to be stimulating for children, but they also have like those little details that adults pick up on and that adults find really intriguing. Even like the fireworks.
Oh yeah.
It's, of course, it's a bunch of Disney music, but just the level of thought and engineering that goes into making those projections and making the fireworks, and just how they do it all is it's so beautiful and intriguing that even as an adult you kind of lose yourself in it and you feel like a kid again. And I think that's just what Disney's all about. And for some people that's just not their thing, and that's okay.
Yeah.
But if you've gone and you've experienced that, kind of addictive.
Yeah, I think adding on to what Kayla said was that Disney just does so well with connecting with every single age group. And you know, I've heard countless times of, you know, people taking their grandparents, you know, they just have just a ball of a time. Yeah, it might be like physically exhausting more so for them than it would like someone our age or even younger, but everyone is just able to connect because they pull back Disney memories from their childhood and are able to connect to those memories.
So kind of going along with this, people on the flip side are like, okay, yeah, so it's cool to go to Disney once, but why the heck do you go over and over again?
I mean, we really kind of answered it earlier when we were talking about Universal, but it's really that there's just so many things to do. I mean, you can go to Disney 10 times and still not do the same thing twice. I mean, of course you will do some of the things, same things 2, 3, 4, 5 times, but every trip that you go is going to feel new. It's going to feel magical in a different way.
You have so many different things that you can do that when you go over and over and over again, there's new things to do every time, whether it be trying new snacks or just doing a new event or riding a new ride. I mean, heck, there's still rides that we haven't ridden yet that are on our list of, hey, we need to ride these this time.
Well, and even adding on to that too, there's just physically new things at Disney World. We just went in May and we're getting ready to go again in October, and there's going to, like, Star Wars Land is going to be open, an entirely new land just a few months later.
And when we went last time, Toy Story Land was new. So they really do a good job of making sure that everything is going to be fresh and new and exciting and enticing, which is why Disney is dangerous, and once you go once, you will want to go all the time. But it's that one kind of destination where you feel swept away. And yes, there are so many other places in the world that we could go, but because there's such a nostalgia factor with Disney, and because you still get that same feeling of being whisked away to new lands and new worlds, that it makes it a really magical but really special vacation for us. But yeah, I mean, if you haven't gone before, it just feels like a very kiddish type of amusement park, and I can see where people think it's weird that people go there and buy like Disney Vacation Club packages to go all the time and
drop thousands of dollars.
Right. Like I get why that would be weird, but it's one of those things that once you get the taste of that, you never
You're
go
hooked.
back. This guy, prime example right here. So overall, people who have not been to Disney, they just don't get it. And it makes me sad that they don't get it. But when you do go to Disney, you get the taste of something that's just very special and very unique, and nothing like you will ever be able to experience anywhere else in the world. And I think that's really kind of just the difference between Disney fans and non-Disney fans, or at least those that don't know yet that they're Disney fans, is that it's a community of people who love joy and love happiness and love to celebrate that together. And I think that that's just what Disney is. At least that's what it is to me.
Yeah, one of the biggest views of Disney World that changed for me after I went was that I just got it. And I understood why people love Disney World. And, you know, thinking back to our very first trip, it was kind of like a belated honeymoon for us. And I didn't want to go. I just didn't understand like what the heck we were going to do there as adults at a child's place. Like I didn't understand it. And now that I've been and ate the food and, you know, rode the rides and all of that, seen the shows and just been in the Disney bubble, it literally transports you out of this world. You just kind of forget all your cares at home. And yeah, I'll be honest, it's not a relaxing vacation by any means, but it just keeps drawing me back time and time and time again. And Disney just has me hooked.
So what are some views or opinions about Disney that have changed for you when you experienced Disney World for the first time? Leave those down in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, please make sure you give us a big thumbs up. And if you want to see more content like this, or you like us, or whatever, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Also make sure you hit that little bell icon next to the subscribe button. That way you're notified whenever we upload new videos. Alright guys, we'll see you next time. Bye. Do it, do it.
Haha, we'll see you real soon.